The biomechanical dysfunction and its impact on injuries. Hi, my name is Gadi Kaufman. I'm a certified neuromuscular therapist specialized in strain-counterstrain techniques. This video is for people who like to work out, run, dance, and so on. They eat well, have a good diet, and think they have a healthy lifestyle. But they still complain about pain, especially when they're active. The main cause is the biomechanical dysfunction of the body. And let me explain exactly what that means. The body has to follow the laws of physics. Number 1, gravity. Gravity is about 3.5 pounds per square inch, which is like having 10 phone books on our head. That's a lot of weight, and the muscles have to handle this force. Secondly, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, and this shows up in the muscle system. The center of gravity is between the hips, between L5 and S1. Most people don't have level hips. They should, but they don't. They don't because most of us are right-handed. We tend to favor our right side. So we tend to use the hip flexors on the right side much more than on the left. Also, we tend to drive automatic cars. So we use the right hip flexors more, especially the psoas, on the right side than the left. Eventually, this muscle will get tired. When it gets tired, it will go into spasm. Once this muscle is in spasm, it will change the position of your right hip and rotate it forward, anteriorly, anywhere from a fraction of an inch to a full inch. As soon as this hip rotates forward, it will push your leg down, making it longer. Once this hip rotates forward, it will push your right leg down while you are. When you're lying on your back, it will be the longer leg. Most of the time, I don't find any actual anatomical difference between the legs. The difference is because the right hip rotation pushes your right leg down, making it longer. Once you stand up, you'll naturally shift your weight onto the shorter leg, the left leg. As soon as you do that, your hips and spine will shift to the left. All this information gets sent to your autonomic nervous system, which is responsible for keeping your eyes level. It's a reflex. It's called the righting reflex. It has to keep your eyes level. If they're not, you get dizzy. So if you shift to the left, the nervous system immediately tells the muscles on the right side of your body and hip to shift to the right. Once you shift to the right, the nervous system says again, "Hey, now you're too far to the right. I need you to lift your left shoulder to level your eyes." All these compensation mechanisms are just your nervous system's way of trying to keep your eyes level. But because your foundation is twisted, is off, it affects your entire muscular system. So more and more muscles are called on to compensate, they get tired, and eventually they get strained. You might get a spasm, and you'll start to feel pain because the muscle isn't getting enough movement. When your hips aren't level, it's like driving a car with a flat tire. The car will veer to the left, and you have to pull it back to the center. That's exactly what your nervous system is doing every second to keep your eyes level. If your eyes aren't level, you can't function, you get dizzy. Unfortunately, Most people don't understand the biomechanics and think that if they just try harder or run faster, the pain will go away. But actually, they're making it worse. They're making the dysfunction worse because if you have a flat tire, you should slow down, not speed up. The harder and faster you push your body with this biomechanical dysfunction, the more vulnerable you become to injury. And because your center of gravity is off, it can affect your knees, ankles, hips, back, neck, or shoulders, since there's a constant relationship between your foundation, your center of gravity, and your eyes.